We had this morning to talk about Arsenal.
It's going to be a short class.
Maybe your counsel that's what extend you for this permission. That was power thrusting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's short. Good example. You will support Arsenal. Okay. You guys prayed in? I heard someone praying when I walked away. It's got to end today. How many people are missing? Millions. Okay, power thrusting. Have you been caught up in the sinking area? Who believes they've been caught up in the sinking area? Anybody? Give me an example. Give me a reason why you believe that you've been caught up in the thinking area. Strauss?
I don't know, just trying to be in control of your own life. Not allowing people to tell you what to do.
You really can go home.
Control.
Okay. You go home. Where are you going home?
Friday.
Being a lot of people around me, controlling situations.
You all put your hands up?
Yeah, just controlling friends, controlling family, my parents, my way or the highway, make my friends do what I want to do.
Do you believe maybe power thrusting and manipulation go hand in hand?
Yeah, definitely.
Who disagrees? Anybody disagree? You're allowed to disagree. Go away. If you're not my counsel, you don't have to worry. You have to worry.
I believe that I have the ability to change people's hearts, not God, and obviously controlling them by thinking that.
Do you think stubbornness also goes hand in hand with power thrusting? Being stubborn?
Yeah, controlling everyone around me, my friends, and especially getting away with things that were
You shouldn't have gone away with it, basically.
Yeah.
You guys put their hands up? You?
Me?
Okay, well, speak to that.
I'll speak to that.
I would say trying to control your boyfriend as well.
Boyfriend, yeah, that's a big thing. It's a big thing in a relationship. You're in a relationship, you've got this girlfriend or this guy in your life, dating this guy, whatever the vibe is, and you get irritated when they don't return your phone call, or they're not going to see you tonight, or just something, man. You get involved with this and you get irate. It comes down to jealousy at the same time. So stubbornness, jealousy, manipulation. Alright? On this side here, we have some hands go up. Sure?
Yeah, I would manipulate in the sense of give you the illusion that you're in control, when I know that I'm actually pulling the strings.
That sounds intense, brother. Sounds very intense. I'm glad you're not my counselor. I better let Derek know. Anybody else aside? Okay.
When I was far away at varsity, so I tried to control my parents, but I know my mom would want to speak to me, so I wouldn't talk to her until I understand. Then even now, control them.
No, never.
Never done that, Cuddy. Anybody else? Example? No? Go in?
Maybe trying to make the other person feel, maybe trying to make the other person feel bad about your situation. Control.
I believe when we're in addiction or when we're in dysfunctional behavior, that we've got a habit of trying to control situations. We do. We've got to control what people think about us, we've got to control what people do, etc. It's almost like a protection. It comes down to rejection. It's quite a deep thing, it goes all the way down. It's from rejection onwards. And then we get so used to living that type of lifestyle, we don't realize what we're doing. You know, the whole thing about intention and action. We need to start looking at our actions and start looking at our intentions, because you've had good intentions for many years. Intentions for many years to not drug or not use or not. Am I right? Have you always just wanted to be a full-blown druggie or full-blown alcoholic? There are moments when your family freaks out or you're challenged and you make promises you'll never do it again and. So a lot of times it comes down to protecting ourselves and controlling what people think about us and what they know about us. That's when it comes down to 20 secrets, etc. It's quite a nice tool to use. Because when you're here and you tell the 20 secrets, no one rejects you. All of you have done your 20 secrets. Most of you, am I right? And you got your counselors know about your 20 secrets, am I right? How many of your counselors have rejected you after your 20 secrets? Have any of your counselors now transferred you? Huh? Have you been transferred because of your 20 secrets? Really? Did Derek transfer you? Derek can handle anything. No, request was made, I have to submit to the head. Don't feel rejected, brother. Don't feel rejected. I wouldn't have minded all. He's upset I'm not his counsellor. He'll be on YouTube. Sean is upset I'm not his counsellor. There we go. Power thrusting. The criminal needs power and control over others, especially to bring himself out of the zero state. He spends his life seeking power over others instead of spending his life improving himself. You find in a situation, we've got a situation here in Bethlehem, and I've seen it around, where you've got an older person, an older guy, there's a lot of younger guys in his life. He doesn't really have his same age. There's a whole lot of younger people, even though he doesn't realize that it's basically comes down to power thrust. He has control. People look to him as a hero. Right. But he doesn't realize it. Actually doesn't. So, be that as it may, even though that's the truth, through his actions you can see that he's actually power thrusting. He doesn't realize it. He attracts the situation because he doesn't go out looking for his minions. He doesn't go out looking for them going, okay, you and you come join my gang. No, it happens. It becomes a part of who you are. And that's why it's so difficult to change a lot of the time, because a lot of what you're going through, a lot of what you're doing is become who you are. It's part of who you are. And that's why it's so important to change your identity and how you see yourself. It's very important to change how you see yourself. If I always reference to my old days when I was involved with the clubs, or my old days when I was a headbanger, and I always reference to them, I'm never going to change. Never ever going to change. You need to change where you reference from. You need to change how you see yourself. You need to change what you relate to. That's why a lot of people go backwards from addiction, because we go out and we relate to the old friends, we relate to the old places. It gives us identity. We need to break those bounds. We need to break those things. On purpose. You need to be honest. I was seeing one of my guys this morning, and I just said, we say we love our mother and we love our fathers, but then we disrespect them. You say you love your kids, but you're not there for them. And the only way you're going to actually be able to change, if you look and say, yes, I believe that I love them, but my actions say I don't. And when you can see that, you can make the change. He spends his life seeking power over others instead of spending his life improving himself. His greatest power, excitement, is doing the forbidden and getting away with it. Especially when we're using it. As we go the extra mile. And what else can we sell? What else can we do? It is. We go. And you have some form of power. I mean, we have no regard for anybody or anything when we're there certain mind. We will take, I remember a while back, yes, quite a situation, but I'm sure some of you can relate. A while back I was visiting in Johannesburg, and this person in my life, nonchalantly going through assisting this person that's in addiction. And as I was there, just by the by, I discovered that this person had done this other person for 180,000 rands worth of jewelry, and they never noticed. Never noticed. And I remember I made the statement subtly, I just threw the seed out there, and I said, do yourself a favor, please check these things. And then they said to me, this thing's missing. And I said, look for these specific things. I think Michelle Lippman watches. And the next day when I saw them, they said, no, it's gone. It's gone. And I know that person, when you speak to that person, they love that person. They do love that person. But then your action says something contrary. I think that's where denial comes in. Denial is taking responsibility for the way you act. If you refuse to take responsibility for the way you act, not your intention. You can't take responsibility for your intention, because no one's going to lie. It wasn't my intention to hurt you. Did you hurt me? Yes, I did. So now what? So now there can't be a consequence because your intention wasn't to break the person's nose or to ride the person over or to crash your car. So now there must be no consequence because you didn't intend to drive your car off the road. There was a big accident recently in Johannesburg, and they said it's pedestrian. The truck swerves for the pedestrian, came to Parkside. So it killed 2 people, wiped out 5 people. So what you arrest a pedestrian, what's going to say, it wasn't my intention, I just wanted to cross the road. So now there must be no consequence. I think that's what society's about right now. Is that you feel sorry for the person that caused the damage. You know, and a lot of times if you allow the person that caused the damage to go through a consequence, that person will change. We're actually removing that from us. We allow the consequence. Sometimes the consequence is uncomfortable. Some of us are in the center, mainly because of consequence. When a situation, if you're not here, then we're never going to change. And what happens when we're in a place like this, we fight the consequence. We try and show the place how it should be run, show the place how the wrong they are. It's power thrusting, right? It's power thrusting. When you power thrust, you don't allow consequence. Like it says here, you must spend time improving yourself. There's some guys studying here. And what happens, you might feel a bit insecure or a bit... But as you're studying and improving yourself, you don't feel the need to power thrust anymore. You come up. And if you're not doing the wrong thing, if you're not drugging and going wild on the weekend, you won't have the need to power thrust. You won't have the need to manipulate. You won't need to do that anymore. So we need to take responsibility. You won't have the need to do these things anymore. I must admit, when you're in the club scene and that, the power thrusting is a big thing. A lot of times I was wrong. I was out of line when I challenged someone, just because they were irritating. I didn't like the way they looked. I remember that. It was bad. It was really, the person came in and he had a flipping blind attitude. And as the night goes on and I've been involved with the club and I've been doing my thing and I see the person later on, I'll ask him. I'll say to him, I'll ask him a question, how's it, how are you doing? And I know he's got a blind attitude. I know he's an ass. So obviously it doesn't mean an ass. I say, how are you doing? What's the first thing you do? He's going to be an ass. He's not going to answer me. But I know he's not going to answer me. I'll get an excuse to do what I want to do. It's fine, isn't it? I know you've got a bad attitude already, so me asking you how you're doing, and I know you've got a bad, I know you're going to be, whatever, or ignore me, and I'm saying, well, listen, I'm speaking to you, brother. No, I've done that a few times, I'm speaking to you. And then you're going to ignore me more, and then yeah, you use this, is this yours? Are you sure it's your day? Some of you are laughing, some of you might know what I'm talking about, others might think, yes, that's whack. His greatest power excitement is doing the forbidden and getting away with it. He seeks power, control, and dominance in all areas of life. That comes to sex, comes to lust, even prostitution. A person that's into prostitution or having a prostitute, being a prostitute or getting involved with a prostitute, it comes down to you do what you want, when you want. Okay? Do you like this? Are you a prostitute? Maybe. Learn to put yourself in other person's places. That's one of the biggest keys I must admit in my life. Is in situations when I see someone's got a bad attitude, someone's just people that annoy you, or you feel like people are lying like that. One of the things that helps me a lot is making yourself in that person's position. Understand maybe why they don't like you, or maybe why they think what they think about you. Because when it actually brings perspective. And you find many times when we misbehaving, we're not living the way we should, we've got the wrong perspective on things. And I said to someone yesterday, and I just like what you said, I sort of, you get these quotes, I love these quotes, you always find these quotes everywhere, everybody's full of these quotes. But now and again there's one that stands out, and I like what it said. It said, God is not interested in what everybody else does wrong. He's interested in what you do right. It's such a beautiful principle. So put yourself in other people's positions. So not about, yes, but they was out of line, and he was out of line, and he was out of line, and that's why I'm out of line. No, God's not going to go, oh, shame. You know what? Already I understand. It's fine. Boss. Don't worry. No consequence. No discipline. It's fine. Now he tells us straight. He's interested in what we do right. Because if we focus more on what we do right and what others do wrong, the world will be a different place. It will definitely be a different place. People are going to do wrong. People have emotions. They have feelings. They think certain ways. They have perceptions. People are going to do things that you might not be happy with. But that's with power that you want to control that person and make sure that they, instead of saying, wait, well, maybe I should change. There's a scripture in the Bible, and I really like it very much. It says that the kindness of God leads a man or woman to repentance. The kindness. The type of work I do, like for example, when I go to Bethlehem, and you have some people that don't want the help, or you give them all the help, you go out of your way for them, and what happens is that they still act a certain way. I had someone phone me this morning, and they were crying. Because they're working with this person, they really believe that the God himself told them, please, he's asked her to lay down her life for this person. She must go out of her way for this person. And things started going right, and started working out for a period of time, and the person dropped her again this morning. And she started crying. She can't understand. And immediately when she started crying, I said to her, don't give up. And I remember the scripture, the kindness of God leads a man to repentance. Doesn't mean you don't get away with stuff. You just keep on. You just keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on. I mean, I've got people that when you relapse up there, they phone me. I've had 2 people phone me in the past, and who's heard of the name Extender? Heard of Extender? Yeah. You know who the Extender is? Apparently I'm the Extender. Yeah. And you know, a lot of you have been extended, it wasn't me, so where? There you go. But anyway, the people that did that, I still have contact with those 2 people in particular. And the one person was obviously very well to do, but had extreme issues. So much so that when they did their secrets, they struggled. They really struggled. So it was quite a thing. And another person, something similar, just been around the block for many, many years, been doing it for many, many years. So the logical thing, been in many rehabs before, logical thing is, look here, this is too short for you. And they both agreed. So at the end of the day, guess what happened? They both decided to leave. They both left. Organised did well. Nobrega did very well, did their thing, and. What do you think happened a while later? Yes. They sent me a message. It was like this. Hi, Ralph. So I know. So I know how you. Ralph, I relapsed. So what do you think I did? I told you! No! I said, dust yourself off and keep moving forward. They both stood up. But those are the guys that called me the extension. Those are the guys that actually initiated this extension. Just to let you know. FYI. Learn to put yourself in others' places. Be aware of the purpose, quest, and effects of your own actions. Whose actions? Others' actions or your own actions? 100%. It's about you. You need to change. Not your mommy and your daddy and your uncle and your aunt and the person that did whatever. You need to change. When you still picking in, look, God can't really hold you that accountable at that age. Really, He can't. It's the person that, me, with my sons, I'll be accountable. Me. But when they're young, me, I'll be held accountable for what I did wrong if I don't repent. I'll never held accountable for what they do now. They're old enough. So, who's not old enough to be accountable? Anybody here that's too young to be accountable? I've got bad news for you. We don't take under 18s. So, every one of you are accountable. Apply control to self instead of others. Control yourself. Self-control is a beautiful thing. I did karate for many years, and one of the maxims of karate was self-control. You be self-control. Doing martial arts when I was younger, it wasn't about me being able to do whatever to somebody else. It was about me controlling myself. From people, it's called self-defense. It's not called attack. It's not called attack. It's called self-defense. What is it? It's called self-control. And you find when we're in addiction that we lack self-control. Right? How many of you are self-controlled addicts? Anybody like science? I had a guy a few years ago, and I remember he was so self-controlled addict that he actually budgeted for his heroin. He had a budget. Pay the car, pay the rent, food if need be, and heroin. This much heroin per day equals this much. How often do you think that budget worked out? Cross out rent, cross out car, do that next month, heroin. There we go. Self-control is very important. You self-control, you self-control. Yourself self-control. And it's not just self-control in the sense of not getting angry. Self-control in handling what you need to handle. A lot of times we are in the situation we're in because we refuse to handle. The reason you still haven't changed, or if you've gone through time after time, is you refuse self-control. You refuse that harnessing. It speaks about in the scripture. If there's a wild horse, a lot of us are wild, right? Wild horses, do you see it? We go wherever we want, we do whatever we want, we take whatever we want, right? So you can actually refer to us as wild horses. It's quite a nice analogy. So if you want to tame a wild horse, what do you need to do? It needs a bit. So when you come to a center, where you come and you get discipline, people correct you, what are they doing? So what do? We don't want it. But the only way the wild horse will be tamed is to allow that on its head. Right or wrong? So when you're here, do you feel restrained? Do you feel like you don't have much movement? Do you feel like you're in control? Do you? Yeah. It's the same as having that bit in your mouth. It's principle. It's not what it looks like. Because the bit doesn't look like a bit, it's still a bit. Okay, imagine the horse saying, I don't like this bit. You've had that before. Who's works with wild horses? You've had a horse go, you know what, Keisha, this bit. Don't like it, man. Don't like the colour. Don't like where it feels in my mouth. And then you go, oh, no, sorry, horsey. And then you get to another one, you get like soft. But that's what we do. We come, we get discipline, we get consequences, and we complain about the bits in our mouths, not understanding we are wild horses. We're wild horses. It's really nice. I used to have the head. Allow the bit, allow the discipline. In Hebrews it speaks about that the Lord disciplines those He loves. If you refuse, watch this. If you refuse discipline, you become a bastard. King James. You know what it says it? King James says you become a bastard. And one of the biggest issues we have, men and women, is rejection from our elders. Sometimes we have perceived rejection. Even if your mom and dad are still together, somewhere or divorce, you perceive rejection. What do you think about it? So every time you get told what to do, guess what you see as rejection. That's not the truth. You get told what to do, you listen, you learn discipline. And you become a child. You become a son, you become a daughter. If you refuse discipline, you refuse instruction, you lose out. So when you've been harnessed like a wild horse, and the person that's training says go left, and you go left, is it not easier for you? Right, go right. When you finally get tame enough, guess what happens? They allow you into the wheat fields. They allow you to go and feed. You got your Chinas, you got your buddies. If you don't like us, you become manalian. Manala. End up in something, no one can catch you, there's no relationships, you become isolated. You become wild by yourself. Who is really in control? Believe it or not, God is. The Bible says power belongeth unto God. Psalm 62 verse 11. Deuteronomy 8:18 even tells us that it is God who gives you power to get wealth. It is Him that gives you power to get wealth. It's not something you have to work for. You have it already. If you want to be a success, God's giving you it already. But because you identify with the wrong things, you don't walk in it. Identify with it. No matter what comes against you, winds, storms, lightning. If you believe that power coming from Him and is given it to you, you're going to get there sooner or later. I think I've mentioned this example before. If you drive into Cape Town from here, or from Joburg to Cape Town, and the road doesn't look like you're going to Cape Town, but it is the right road for Cape Town, does it mean you're not going to go to Cape Town? If you're on the right road to Cape Town, and you see the terrain, you think, oh man, this doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right, I don't like these towns. Doesn't mean you're not going to Cape Town. You're still ending up in Cape Town. So what happens in our lives, we believe that God's us in our life to give us power to get wealth, and we start walking the road in what we believe. And what happens is because we don't feel like it, because it doesn't look like it, we go, whoa. And then you turn around and you go back to Joburg, or you turn left and you end up, I don't know, in Namibia, whatever the vibe. Or the right, you know what I'm trying to say. And you wonder what's going on. It's you that walked off the road. It's you that stopped believing. It's you that didn't allow the harness. No one else's fault. You cannot blame anybody else. At this age, we must take responsibility. Power comes from God. All other power is counterfeit. Dr. Hart on page 60 in his book, Habits of the Mind, says, some people I know don't seem all concerned about who they are. All they want is space and freedom to do their thing. What a statement. They care little about their reputation, or worse yet, they don't seem to care whether or not their reputation to defend. That's the nice thing about drugs and alcohol. Fantastic. It just numbs it. You don't get too hoots. But the problem is when someone corrects you, you want to lose it. It's your kids. Okay. Of course, they are often lamentable and miserable and see no connection between their unhappiness and their self-centered character. We come here, we become the victim, we blame everybody else. Think about how many opportunities you had. And then someone mistreats you at work, or someone says something to you and you think it's just justification to walk away from the job because your boss told you the truth. If you're sick every Monday and he gives you a last warning, how can you complain? How can you complain? But we complain. We find excuses. If you break a rule here and get directed to the rule, then you're more upset because the person you saw did it yesterday, who you didn't report, didn't get to that, but now you get it. You need to take responsibility. No one else. You can't make others take responsibility for you. You cannot. It's impossible. People like this usually blame others for their unhappiness. Many times we do committee, and guess what? Everybody blames everybody else for it. You have to stop doing it. Be that as a man. Remember what I said earlier on? God is not interested in what everybody else does wrong. But He's interested in what you do right. But you sowing the seeds. Other people don't sow the seeds for you. You've been sowing weeds and, I shouldn't use the word weeds, eh? If you've been sowing pumpkin seed for the last 3 years and you're getting pumpkins, how can you blame the person next to you? Did they sow the pumpkin seed on your behalf? No, you did. 7 thoughts that are typical of control addicted people. He emphasizes performance over relationship. So, change it around. Emphasize relationship instead of performance. This is bottom line, net thinking. I'm uncomfortable with ideas that are different from mine. Big thing, eh? So, it's amazing when we come to a rehab, we all know exactly how rehab should be run. Huh? It's very true. Compatible doesn't mean sameness. I'll I'll try to control as much of my life as possible. That's one of the biggest things I think we struggle with when we come to a centre like this, is because you have no control at all. You don't. You can't phone your businesses. You can't. It's taken away from you. Understand something. Before you came in, you had the ability to control it or do the right thing with it. You didn't. You didn't. Now you come in. Now you're the super dad or super. Now you're. Oh, now I need to do this, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. My man, you were neglecting that. I'll try to control as much of my life as possible. Controller demands conformity. They don't trust followers to follow willingly. I often feel driven to do something because it's my duty. Control addicts are not just committed, they are completely obligated. It is difficult for me to admit my weaknesses. They present themselves to the world as having no flaws at all. Bad news for you, there's none of you here by mistake. None of you here, I don't care what you think, none of you here by mistake. Who believes they're here by mistake? There's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're here. God's not confused. He knows why you're here. I know I've knocked before and teased before. I think Sean's heard me say, God doesn't go, oh, not Jericho, it was supposed to be Aurora. Sorry guys, my mistake. I'll sort it out with Derek and Ralph. Short term, there's no mistake. You need to believe that God's got your back. When you come to a place of letting go of control, you come to a place of submission, and you need to stop believing that then God can do the work. The more you kick against the work, the longer it will take for you to change. God's got your back. Allow that bit. I don't like my emotions. A lot of us don't like the way we feel. It's one of the reasons why we run to drugs all the time. Oh, we don't like the way we feel. We want to feel this way. So you want to fight after and you think, oh, this is boring. Right? And that's how it starts. And a lot of people will leave and they'll be fine for a while. They'll get a nice job, and guess what happens? All their colleagues or friends go away on a Friday afternoon. And then what happens is you start going there just to be there. You behave yourself. You have your Coca-Cola. Huh? You have your... No, you're going to be fine. No, guys. I don't drink. And they're impressed. Wow. Yes. You do that for a few weeks. What happens after a while? One day is one day. Okay, I have one. Huh? And it starts off, and then you thought, oh, I handled that. I don't use anything else. I don't use cat. I handled that 2 and I was fine. So guess what? Next week Friday it becomes 3. The next time it becomes 3 plus shooter. 2 shooters. What do you mean? 3, 4 shooters. And by Friday night you're flipping hammered. You're not going home. Huh? Is that familiar? Guess what you start thinking? Yeah, for all time's sake. Or what? Even more deceptive. What's the enemy is even more deceptive. You get to the point where you're so hammered that you realize that if you have that drug of choice, it will sober you up. Oh, clever! Huh? Clever! I had a guy a few years ago, his choice was alcohol. Full-blown alcoholic, as mad as they had to box. I think it's hard. And I remember we speak about cat, or we speak about drugs, and I'll never ever use cat. I'll never. So obviously he came back about a year later. It wasn't for alcohol. Yeah, it was for cat. But guess what happened? Got hammered the one night, he had a friend there, and the friend said to him, you can't drive like this. Huh? Can't drive like this. Miracle, sober, wow! That's what happens. Listen, the enemy's been around a lot longer than all of us here. Isn't that how clever you think you are? All of us combined has been around a lot longer. If we use our flesh or the natural to make decisions, he knows the natural better than all of us. Hello? He knows the natural. He's watched human behavior for years, thousands of years. Now we come along and we're 25, 30, 40, and we think we're going to outsmart him. The flesh must be, the spirit needs to be most important. You need to guard your heart. You need to make sure you allow what needs to go into your soul relation. And then the flesh. Not that way around. But that's what it comes down to when we start giving in. That's what it comes down to when we start following every will, every but that's what it comes down to. Is pleasing this. If this is uncomfortable, it must be wrong. It has to be out of line. It has to be. That's why we need to be in control. You're making me feel uncomfortable, so you guys are allowed, no, back off, back off, back off, back off. Controlling said, when you should come to a place where you go, God has my back. God has my back. He knows what I'm going to go through. He's giving me the grace to go through it. Whatever you're going through right now, God has given you the grace to go through it. Whatever, again, I don't care what it is. Don't care how unfair it is, how uncomfortable it makes you feel. God has given you the grace to go through it. Fact. What's it? Afrikaans. Point. Whatever it is. Romans 8:28 says all things work together for good. For those that love God and are called according to His purpose. Change your perception. Change what's going on. Understand. Love God the way you should. In all things. It doesn't matter what you've done. It will turn around for you. It will. God's grace is available to you, but you must choose to walk in that grace. You must choose to walk in that grace. If you want to run away from consequence, if you want to run away from the uncomfortable situation, and you want to be in control the whole time, you're not allowing God's grace. It's in your own strength. How's that God's grace? In my strength. In the way I think it should be done. You guys are out of line. Is that God's strength? Really? No, it's not. But when you go, I don't like this, I think it's very unfair. Okay, Lord, what happens? There's His grace. It's a choice you make. That's where the choice comes in. Because they say you want to make a choice to be successful, you don't want to be a loser anymore, you don't want to be dysfunctional anymore. That choice needs God's grace, because what you're going through, while you're walking away from it, is going to be very uncomfortable. If you don't rely on God's grace, you're going to go backwards. If you rely on your own strength, how many times has your strength failed you? Many times. Many times. No matter how you're strong physically, most of us are flash in the pants. We need God's grace. The fantastic thing about us that have been in dysfunctional behavior is that it says, in our weaknesses, God is made strong. You know, we should rejoice and realize we're weak in so many areas. That means God can be strong in so many areas. That means it's not our ability anymore, it's the creator of all things' ability in our lives. But if we try to control, and we try to make things happen, and we try to do it all the time, then we step over there. It's no longer God's grace, it's our ability, our strength, our will. What's it? Self-will run right. As far as I can see from a young age, my self-will, yes man. One day I'm going to be a pilot, the next time I'm going to be a fire. How many things do you think I've achieved? Imagine I can tell you, I'm a pilot, and I'm a this, I'm a doctor, I'm a guy with a lot of experience. I'm doing bad stuff. I don't like my emotions or other people's emotions to get out of control. Emotions are illogical and subjective. Understand your emotions. Your emotions were never meant to control you. Just to let you know, I believe, me personally, when I am uncomfortable, me warning me, or God warning me, I'm about to go through something. That's all. Be prepared. You've got to go through something. Don't run away, just prepare you. Scaring you to go through something. What we do, we run away from it. Don't want this. No, thank you. Hey? You know that most divorces take place in South Africa and around the world in the first year. Because it's uncomfortable. Even if you've been together for 13 years, and I don't need to get married because I've been together for... No, get married and let's see if you're still going to stay together. Because it does something inside of you. Now, when you feel a certain way, look, I don't feel in love with you anymore, so let's get divorced. Is that where it's supposed to be? So I don't believe that feeling they have when you feel unhappy or you have your first fight. I don't believe that's a feeling, say, okay, let's sign the divorce papers. I think just telling you, you've got to go through something. And if you go through this, you're going to be on top. So if you feel uncomfortable right now, and you're feeling unsure, it doesn't mean you must use it as a I shouldn't be here or made a mistake. It just means you're about to grow. I get irritated when other people make mistakes. We all can get like that. They display an air of superiority. We have seen examples of political power, military power, police power, white power, black power, gay power, religious power, military power, social power. Wow, stop now, please. Etc. That have gone bad. We have seen many abuses of those powers. Man has never been able to handle power. There's a scripture in the Bible. Let me tell you something now. It's a good measuring stick. You know, if you want to see what's in a man's heart, give him power. Another translation, or another. It says, if you want to see what's in a man's heart, give him authority. Give him authority. That is what violence and corruption it's in Proverbs, by the way. That is what violence and corruption and immorality is all about. The jockeying for power. It has been said that absolute power corrupts, and power corrupts absolutely. And sneezing. It is true. Few people in history have been able to handle power. No one has been able to handle absolute power. Spousal abuse is all about power. So much that relates to criminal activity has to do with the quest for power. Have you seen how many times people do certain things and you're thinking, what the hell? Right? I mean, recently there were marches that were breaking all the windows in Benoni. Who's from Benoni? They're breaking the windows in the street. They were marching against the municipal thing, and they were, what's throwing out the windows of other people's shops got to do with... I don't understand. I don't understand that. Just beat you up because... Huh? What's it got to do with it? It's power. That's why you got the pack, you know, the pack mentality. When you're in a group of friends, and you have that story of the guys beat people to death and stuff. It's a pack mentality. It's a power thing. It's like this, because that power, that moment where you feel in control, you make stupid mistakes. Therefore, power thrusting is a pointless and dangerous effort. Commit your desires to God. Allow Him to place you in the positions. Allow Him. He wants you to be in. Give God a chance to work in your life for your good and His glory. If He wants you to have power, He will give it to you. Submission is very powerful. That's true power. Being submissive. So prove it. Okay, prove it. Heard of the thing called the samurai? Heard of samurai? A lot of us fish guys had to be a samurai. I think if we had a samurai here, I think we'd all, even if there was one here, I think we wouldn't get very far. They were men of honor. But guess who they used to serve? Anybody know? The emperors of that time were 7, 8, 5, 9. Now imagine a 9-year-old telling you what to do. Huh? You don't make them honorable. They understood who they were. So despite the person being really young, they believed in what was happening there. I mean, if we had a 9-year-old telling us what to do, or a person we thought was too young, or a person that we think, what do? We freak out! We lose it! We ask the question, how honorable are we when it comes to our faith? We're not. We can choose from this day forth to be honorable people, but how honorable will we when we act like them? They didn't have a qualm with it, they're the most honorable people in the world. Samurai, by the way, means to serve, if you didn't know that. Samurai means to serve. Samurai, I want to be a samurai, okay? Serve. Serve. It brings honor. You want to be an honorable person, you serve others. You serve, you become an honorable person. You don't become honorable by everybody serving you, everybody fearing you, and that's not what they were about. Do you think that Japanese emperor of that time feared the samurai? Not at all. According to him, he was God. But they became honorable because they served. If you look at us in our behavior, our functional behavior, we don't serve. It's all about us. It's about us taking control. Us having a say. It's so much power in serving. Even Jesus spoke about it. He said, if you want to be the greatest among you, you must serve one another. They were arguing about who will sit on the right and left. You remember that story? They were arguing who will, and he said, it's not for me to give. But if you want to be great in the kingdom of God, you need to serve. And what are we about? We're about our own serving ourselves. Doing what we want to do. Going where we want to go. We wonder why our lives are a mess. We wonder why the world's a mess. Albert Einstein made the statement, for evil to prevail, it's for good men to do nothing. It's the only reason why evil prevails. Every one of us have the ability to be good. Remember, not what other people do wrong, but what we do right. Imagine just this room, yeah. Instead of worrying what everybody else is doing wrong, we concern ourselves with what we do right. Imagine how we can change the environment. Imagine how we can change the industry. Imagine every one of us sitting here, everyone else standing here, have that mindset that it's not about what they are doing wrong, it's about what we do right. That even though, if you fight fire with fire, Metallica, if you fight fire with fire, doesn't it make the fire bigger? But it's amazing that's what we do. If he's angry, I'll be angry. If you get angrier, I'll be angrier. What if you get angry and I go, shh, you never notice that. When someone, and you get angry, this is yours. No, you're ignoring me. I was the fool there. Not the person that was ignoring me. The person ignoring me was actually wise. Therefore, power thrusting is pointless and dangerous effort. Commit your desires to God and allow Him to place you in the positions He wants you to be in. Give God a chance to work in your life for your good and His glory. If He wants you to have power, He will give it to you. What we really need, however, is to be endowed with power from on high. Promotion comes from the Lord. Jesus gave the secret to being the greatest among men in Mark 9:35 when He said, if any man desire to be first, let the same be last of all and servant of all. You must learn to make deliberate choices. Be deliberate in the way. You need to be deliberate. Sometimes, especially when we're in addiction, we just If someone sent us a message saying what we're doing tonight, that's your day. There we go. Okay? Or if you made a commitment to do something and someone says to you, let's go do this, and you change your mind. You need to be deliberate. We need to be deliberate in the way we live. That's what's nice about being in a facility like this, that you have, this is what you need to get done today. And I'm telling you now, if you can take the deliberate living out, and live the way we live here, you will stay clean. I believe it 100%. But what happens, a lot of people leave here, and they don't like this, they leave all that. They don't understand. You're not clean because you're in a centre. As every one of us knows, if you really want to throw our toys on the cart, if you really want to go and use, we'll go use. It's the system. It's the culture that keeps us clean. So when you leave, keep the culture. Don't go change the culture now, add things in. That's unwise. That's what causes you to fall. You must learn to make deliberate choices. I choose to let others be themselves. I choose to let me be me. Guess what? We're not perfect. But if you can see, then you can change it. If you cannot see it, you can't change it. So accept where you fall short of it. See it, and God will give you the grace to change it if it needs to change. I choose to live humbly. I choose to be firm without being controlled. Amen. Any questions? You can ask me questions.
Next.
Any questions? Don't ask me questions. I don't want questions. Yes, I'm practicing. Yes, I'm okay, I get that out. Father God, I want to thank you for this beautiful day that you've given us. Despite it being cold, I thank you that you've given us the grace and the ability to live the way we ought to live. Thank you that we allow the harnessing, Lord. Thank you that we allow the humbling. Because in this we will change our lives. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.